Welcome back, YouTube. This is Veilside with how to play Aether, and today I'm bringing you a fix. So let's say you think, oh man, why did I pull for Scotty? Crap, what was I thinking pulling for S Leviathan? I pulled for a healer DPS. What a waste of stars. I shouldn't have even pulled for Osiris. Hera's coming, Hades coming, and they're coming back to back. What was I thinking? Well, today I have an idea for you that you're not going to want to miss. But before we jump into it, check this out. Welcome back, YouTube. This is how to play Aether with Veilside, and today I'm going to talk about the best way to farm where the butterfly belongs. So, besides this event is going to last, what, I think 39 more days is what it said. It's gonna be there. So, if you were patient enough, you could be saving a lot of stars in one particular way, and it's really not anything new. It's just something that people may have either forgotten or may have used to their advantage, like I have, and that is the story mode. As you can see, I'm on hard mode here, and I'm just now on chapter 7. So I just started the hard mode here, so all of these chapters I've just now done. And that is how I've gotten so many stars and so much tickets, blue tickets. So all these people are scrambling, you know, worrying about Hades and Hera that are coming up, and if they're gonna miss them or if they're gonna have to skip one of them. But man, I'm ready. So besides that, though, I just wanted to say, if you haven't thought about it, this is like the perfect time to start another account. You're not going to get the pre-registration rewards. That's probably true. Actually, no, that's definitely true. You're not going to get those. But you have the advantage of all of the story. And as you can see, when you do story, what you get... Actually, let me go to one. You get 100 stars per stage. And depending on what stage it is, that's about 800, well actually about 750 stars per chapter, depending on, you know, how long the chapter is. Like this one is, you know, 5-6, right? And this one is 6-6. So you could just count how many there are. There's 6. That means you're going to get 600 stars from chapter 6. And you're gonna get 500 stars from chapter 5, right? And so that's not all, but you also had this newcomer thing, which I still have, obviously, because I waited on my story purposely, and you're getting 50 more stars. So that's about 800 stars, right? Plus all the goodies that not only the newcomer event's giving you, but this cooperation agreement. So you're getting a lot of stuff. That was about, I don't know, 1,000 maybe a chapter, depending on how long the chapter is. So I'm telling you that you should clear all your story right now, because obviously we already know that Hera is coming first after, you know, Hell here, and she'll probably, the banner change will probably happen on the 11th. That's what I'm thinking. So if Hera comes on the 11th, then man, so, you know, we have the resources that we get from this event too, the stars that we get, which is even more. I haven't done them here, but you can see that there's 50 stars per stage as well, right? And it goes up to multiple chapters. So there's ways that we can get ready, but now would be the time to start a second account, right? Say you made a mistake, you shouldn't have pulled for Osiris, you should have just stuck with, you know, Tsukiyomi or whatever. I skipped Tsukiyomi and Osiris, and then I inherited a third account with both of them. So I think Tsukiyomi was worth it if you pulled for her. She's strong enough, and even though her DPS drops off in the future, it will last. At least it's gonna last till Hades. So Hera comes out, and then Hades. There you go. But if you start an alt account right now, and you just burn through all the story because you already know what it is, and you'll have time to clear this event and its resources. But you'll also have the newcomer event, like I showed you, and the cooperation agreement. You're going to be sitting great, and so you can skip past those mistakes that you might have made if you pulled for Tsukiyomi or Osiris or Scotty or even Leviathan, right? If those were a mistake to you, man, this is the perfect time. Go ahead and start a new one, skip those people, just level up. Actually, I'll show you. So, believe it or not, this girl right here is a secret sleeper unit. She is secretly a tier 1 damage person. And that's why I'm just now building her. I just found this out maybe a couple weeks ago. But B for Thondi is a tier 1 in damage. And yes, you should build her. So if you start a new account now, build her. Build Osiris, because they have a skill chain together, right? Okay, and then as you're doing reoccurring dreams, let's see, is it reoccurring dreams? No, it's Hazard Zone Cleaning that gives you this, right? Actually, let's just go to the shop. Resource. Okay, as you're doing Hazard Zone Cleaning, put Nibelund, whatever, however you want to say this, Nibble. Put Nibble on both Osiris and Verthandi, B Verthandi. And here's why. I've seen another video on YouTube, and when you put Nibble on one person in a skill chain, the other person in the skill chain is affected. So their ultimate charge rate is affected. So if Nibble right now was on this Verthandi, this B Verthandi, and I was just rolling with, you know, these sigils. I was sharing sigils, so this is not my setup. So let's say I put Nibble on B Verthandi, and then I had a normal setup for Osiris here. Osiris's ultimate charge rate would be increased, and I think it's 30%. But of course it's more of a percentage for B Verthandi with Nibble on there. So that's what you should do. If you start up a new account right now, you're going to have plenty of resources for Hera, for Hades, and maybe even SU if you like her. I think she's pretty sick. But you'll also have this good DPS right here, a tier 1 right here, secret tier 1 B Verthandi. I know she doesn't look it, but she's good and she's fast, and you should trust me, just trust me. So you'll have the second DPS here, and you can play her if you don't trust the AI on, you know, how she can decrease her health, and then bam, you got a healer. But you won't even need a healer because you'll have Hera. So you'll have like 2 really awesome DPS with Hera, and then you pop Hades, you pull Hades, and then bam, you're golden. And then you don't have to make the mistakes in the future because you can look at the banner schedule coming up, since we are back now, what I believe, on CN time. You really haven't missed anything. I mean, if you buy that first battle pass, you'll also get a selector, a 5-star selector. So you can even pull for Poseidon here, or I don't know, one of the other ones, maybe Asura. But yeah, like, this is the perfect time. Outside of that, like, just doing the story is the best thing you should do right now. But forget functors. I mean, just save up your stars, save up your tickets, all for Hera and Hades, and then going forward from this point, figure out what you're gonna do. You heard me earlier say that I had 3 accounts. Yes, I do have 3 accounts. Originally I made 2 accounts, and they have more stars and tickets than this, and I haven't spent much money. I've been a light spender, but like I said, I saved the story. So while everyone else was burning through it, you know, I was just building characters. Anyway, the 3rd account, why do I have multiple accounts? Here's the reason. If you've noticed, gacha games are expensive, especially if you're a light spender, because there's always that tempting factor. But if you make 2 or 3 accounts like I did, and sure, you have to do everything twice or 3 times when it comes to the event, but it's super easy. Once you figure it out the first time, like the puzzles and the causality survey, you know, it's easy. You can just do it right after you did it again on your 2nd or your 3rd account, whatever. But here's the thing, with my 3 accounts, I'm focusing on 2 elements, so I can separate and spread out and really save myself on resources. So on my 1st account, I'm focusing on fire and shadow. I'm only polling for fire characters and shadow characters, okay? 2nd account, I'm focusing on thunder and wind. Only polling for those 2 elements. I'm skipping everyone else, except like a Hela, you know. I might pull on Hades just to have a top tier DPS, but outside of that, on my 3rd account, I'm also focusing on ice and water. So I picked ice and water. I picked Scotty, and yes, I did get Leviathan, S Leviathan, for the sake of Oceanus. I mean, I didn't really want to pick her because she's a lolly, but she has 3 debuffs, and Oceanus has 1 debuff, so that's 4 debuffs on a boss, for example, and she's gonna heal herself and heal the team. So it's just a no-brainer, honestly. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now think about it. Think about it with me. If you're only pulling for 2 elements on an account, think of all the resources you're going to save because you're going to be skipping banners. But you're not going to miss out on those other elements or other characters because you're pulling on them on your 2nd account. Right? I mean, it makes sense. As long as you have the patience to just do the event twice. But man, I'm telling you, you really need to do the story. It's just... it's the best way to farm this account, or this event right now. Because as soon as you're burned up with all of your stamina, as soon as you burn all your stamina up, and you've gotten through the story, then you bum rush this whole event and get all the stars from it. And then you'll be ready for Hera and Hades and Eshu, hopefully. Alright guys, well, I hope that was helpful for you to hear. That's all I have, so I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.